the 49ers will be wearing neither jersey for Super Bowl 57 because they aren't going, even though they were the best team in the NFL down the stretch. And I split the baby when we did the picks last week. I went Eagles win, but 49ers cover, and that went out the window fairly early with the Brock Purdy injury. You had a good weekend. We never talked about that. You weren't feeling well on Monday. You didn't do your victory lap. Hell, you picked Chiefs 24-20. You almost got the hole-in-one in the AFC Championship. That's pretty damn good.
Hey, thanks, man. Thank you very much. Yeah, I figured that game would be close. Nobody saw what was going to happen with the 49ers and Eagles, and like you said to start the show, I mean, just the unlucky thing to happen. And of course, I don't know, unlucky, yeah, or business as usual for what the Eagles do. They've been hitting quarterbacks and doing that all year long, about as good as anybody we've seen. So, but that was an unfortunate mistake or, unfortunate incident that led to, a downtrodden game because of that. And it was kind of over late in the second quarter.
So, Shanahan and Lynch meet the media yesterday, as we said at the very top of the show. We pivot back to that now. Brock Purdy injured, Trey Lance coming off with a broken ankle. One of the things that Shanahan said yesterday, and I think this is significant, not that it's a shock, but he sees no scenario where Jimmy Garoppolo is back next year. And that's different from all of 2022 because even when everything was pointing to Garoppolo being gone, Kyle refused to completely rule out a scenario where he would be back, and of course that's the one that hit. The crazy outcome of they couldn't find a trade partner, and they realized maybe we aren't 100% sold on Trey Lance, so Jimmy's going to make more here than he's going to make anywhere else, and maybe he's going to get a chance to play, and lo and behold, he did. That's not happening this year. He's gone, he's done, and it makes sense because, look, Chris, he's going to find at least a chance to be a bridge quarterback and or to compete somewhere else to be the starter. He doesn't have that in San Francisco. He's number 2 at best, maybe number 3, and he will be paid accordingly. That's not happening for Jimmy Garoppolo in San Francisco. The door's going to open for him somewhere else at a better opportunity and, in turn, a better salary.
Yeah, agreed on all there. I mean, again, I don't think they wanted to keep him last year, right? It was a little bit of a hostage situation as far as, keeping him, trying to get value. I don't think they wanted to muddy the waters with Trey Lance. But then, as you explained, training camp went. Lance was a little all over the place through preseason and training camp. And, they couldn't find a trade partner, and they realized, hey, wait, he's a pretty good insurance policy. Yeah, they have no contractual rights over him this year. So that's the first thing you'd think, well, okay, yeah, they don't have as much power in this situation. And then at some point, yeah, it's just got to be about these two young guys, and you got to figure out who's going to be there. There's enough complications as it is right now as far as who's going to be the starter, Trey Lance or Brock Purdy. It's going to be a huge conversation around one of the best teams in football. And, and then you add on top of that, Garoppolo, we can't forget Garoppolo played really good this year. Before he got hurt, we were going, man, Garoppolo is playing about as good as we've seen him ever play. So I'm with you. There's going to be suitors for Jimmy Garoppolo. He's played in big games and of course, ran that offense at a high level. And we know that he's got, good pocket awareness, decision-making, quick release, pretty accurate. So I would think, a team like the Houston Texans, I could see that making sense. Maybe as a bridge quarterback, maybe as something more substantial than that. But that's one I look at with Nick Caserio and D'Amico Ryans being there to go, yeah, I would think they'd have their eye on Jimmy G a little bit.
Yeah. He will have options, and that does make sense, especially if he's willing to consider being the guy until the first-round rookie is ready, whenever that may be. And he's just kind of lived that for the past couple of years. He may not be interested in doing that again, but he may not have many other choices because I don't think he is guy that someone says, here,
yes,
it's yours.
Agreed.
We're building around you. you're our quarterback. That's not going to happen. So the next best thing is going to be to have a chance to prove himself somewhere else, maybe on a short-term deal, just a one-year deal. I don't know. But I look at it this way. If the ship doesn't come in for him after what he did with the 49ers in 2022, he is at the stage of his career where it's get what you can as long as you can and understand it's never going to be what it was when you got that big contract in 2018 with the 49ers where you're handed the keys to the franchise for multiple years. Those days are over, it feels like, for Jimmy Garoppolo. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.